guitars. Ready? Hey!
Hello.
I hope your speaker's all clipped. It's Tuesday for you guys out there in Podstache land. Getting kind of casual now. Only one episode in, and I've almost polished off half a pint, so feeling good.
One man.
Oh, shit. I wanted to talk about, fuck, for Monday's episode.
Big holes?
We can talk about it. Well, introduce everyone.
Justin Shank, to my left.
Friendly.
Across the table.
Christopher Lee.
To my right.
Koopa.
To my back right. Diddy. Back left.
Johnny Marlin.
We are Podstache.
Eventually you're going to be like Phil Hartman and you're going to forget what your real voice sounds like.
I feel like Johnny's the only person I've really heard like do your impression of them better than you.
Yeah.
Because it's him doing it, but like
But I'm impersonating myself
Yeah.
being impersonated.
yeah, but it sounds good. Like I don't know, it's weird. Because like I mean, I'd love to hear Scott do an impression of your impression of Scott.
Well, that was funny because actually in the studio one day we were talking because like I was doing that. Mark and I were both doing that, and then Scott's like, "What is that?" We're like, that's our impression of you." And he's just like, It was too funny.
I'd like to hear Travis's impression of himself.
Oh God, yeah, yeah. No, what I wanted to bring up for yesterday's episode, but I fucking completely forgot.
Oh no.
So it's gonna happen tomorrow, Monday, which we're recording today, but people listening right now would be Tuesday. So it'd be yesterday.
Okay.
So I guess CISPA got passed.
Yeah.
In the house?
So
In the
now,
house.
I guess tomorrow morning, Monday, which would be yesterday for you folks, Inception.
I'm fucked.
Okay. Anyways, a bunch of websites are gonna protest it, so a
Yeah.
lot of the websites that you use are gonna probably be blacked out tomorrow.
Yeah, good chance Facebook, Reddit will for sure probably do it.
Yep. Did YouTube do
makes
it
me
last
sad.
year, or I can't remember.
What is this?
Well, if Google's
Internet.
going to do it, then
Well,
YouTube's
What
going to.
about the internet?
They're going to hate you.
No, Google's all behind CISPA.
Then
Yeah.
YouTube will be behind it.
Yeah, because Google
Yeah.
and YouTube are the same entity now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all for it. They love CISPA
Oh.
because they're fucking evil.
Bastards.
Well, initially,
That's
they
why I use
protested the
AltaVista.
originals, right?
What's that?
Google originally protested the first stuff, didn't they?
I thought they did.
Yeah.
Did
they?
I thought they did.
Well, because like I saw that article too that like they were trying to make.
Wikipedia, actually.
Yeah, Wikipedia always blacks out. No, I remember because I saw the other day that they were trying to pass like a provision to the bill that would make it illegal for an employer to ask for your Facebook password,
That is in
and they knocked it out. So part of the CISPA bill is an employer can't ask you
Yeah.
for your Facebook
Yeah,
password,
but you don't have to give it to them.
but they don't have to hire you then. You know, that's
Fuck off.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Well, then
But until that point,
Fuck
in Illinois, that was
off.
illegal.
The job wasn't worth getting.
He's fucking rule.
Yeah,
Who would ask for it? And if they did, why would you want to work there?
yeah. Well, exactly.
Well,
The only
because
thing that
that's
I-
like super personal. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like
The only thing I could think of is
Keep
like
all my
bars
nudes
or
on
something
there,
like that.
bro.
Still, that would suck, you know?
My giant dong pictures.
my giant bone pictures.
Totally hanging out my Zuba pants.
I actually just privatized my Facebook like a little while when I started doing the religion shit. But,
Religion shit.
Religion shit.
I work for my clients now. I do editing and stuff for Christian programming.
Ooh, Death Mathan's
Yeah.
appropriate.
I no longer work for Death Fate.
I know. They
You
fired
solo,
me.
right?
Right there you go. So, yeah.
No, it's all dead pictures of Christ and
Sexy things, you know.
sexy things. You know,
You know, because for every
Sexy
Irish bar, you need a
Christ.
big
sexy Christ.
sexy Christ.
That's so weird.
Hey,
too.
he's only wearing like the one robe.
How can you
so.
understand? Like, I don't understand how we could like put it in our house a picture of Jesus Christ on a cross dying. Like,
It's supposed to remind you. You're supposed to be shamed and
Yeah.
regretful for your
You're
sins.
Never-
supposed to remember that you're Jewish.
Never forget. Jesus was the original Twin Towers. Never forget, man.
yeah. Well, I mean, if I was Jesus, I wouldn't want that. So.
As they're nailing him down, 9/11. What? He just screamed. Everything comes back to 9/11.
Speaking of some pretty crazy news, I don't think this happened the last week. The bombings.
Yeah,
Last
Monday.
Monday.
Yeah, it was Boston Marathon.
Yep.
bombings.
Yeah. Oh, that shit was fucked up.
Well, they.
Chechenians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Two Chechnyan
They're
kids.
Chechnyan kids, but that
They were
almost might mean
U.S.
nothing.
citizens though.
Yeah, they were.
But
Well,
they're
they were
still kinda
they were
fresh.
naturalized.
One was
so-
one was living in the United States, and the other one was actually living over in
Right,
Chechnya.
and they killed one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the other one's pretty much might as well be dead. It sounds like at this
Yeah, he's
point.
on critical
Yeah,
condition.
he's
Oh,
like,
they caught
they,
him.
they're pretty sure that they said like today. They're like, we don't even know if we're gonna get any answers out of him because we don't know if we'll ever be able to talk to the kid.
Well, also the fact that they shot him in the throat, I guess.
Yeah.
Did they? Because like they're just saying
Yeah.
like there are all sorts of crazy conspiracy theories. My brother was telling me about these all today. Like because he was hiding in a boat and like the boat owner's like, hey, I don't remember putting a ladder on my boat and
Well,
I remember burning a hole.
Let me go on a rant here.
Chris Lee ran.
The
Red sauce. Yeah. We need a fucking clip for this shit.
wait, did you say rant sauce?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm going
Red
silent for this
sauce.
shit.
There's two things. I mean, obviously, the bombing's terrible. Yeah. The two things
to
I want
be
to talk about are
sympathetic.
to the reactions, like the public's reaction to it. One is, well, let's start with the dude in his boat. Like, because as soon as they caught him, they're like, oh, that man's a hero. That man is a hero.
The boat guy?
Yeah. Dude, he went out for a cigarette, realized someone that, like, cut, like, the tarp to his boat, and he called 911. That's all he did. And they're like, oh, he is a
I can
hero.
imagine that just like.
Because they were saying like he went up there and there was a guy and no gun. And
It's like it's that weird moment, like my fly was down. That's weird. He just like lights a cigarette and just. What's wrong?
Wait a minute.
Holy crap, my boat. My straps are done on my boat.
See, I like
My
that.
bro.
He throws the Boston accent. We're all just all like, oh, what's wrong with
Well, like okay, like I was listening because I'm a rubbernecker when it comes to any of this shit. So like I was listening to the police scanners from Boston like as much as I could that day, and I was listening while they caught the kid, which was kind of interesting to hear.
Yeah.
But like I remember like we were like Liz was half asleep the one night, and I'm listening. I was wide awake because I'm a night person, I stay up late. And I'm listening to it, and Liz is like half asleep, and they're on there, and they're like, yeah, we got caught down on Boston Avenue. And she's like, oh, that's so cool, they have Boston accents. I'm like, they're chasing the guy that killed him. Like, it's not really, it's like, okay, I guess it's kind of cool, but like, you never hear that over here, over here.
That and the other thing about the boat owner that made me laugh was they're, obviously, like, when news happens, they just interview anyone that can, like, talk, basically.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah. So,
Guy who saw a boat.
yeah. So,
Yeah, I own a boat. Okay, oh yeah. Yeah, I would never. Yeah, I would never harbor a terrorist in my boat. That was a shitty accent.
Let's now go interview Tom Brady.
Well, I throw footballs in New England.
I
so-
suppose if you wanted me to hit him with a football, I could have. Oh, Tom Brady says he hit the terrorist.
now here's Wayne Brady.
Damn.
We got a cage killer.
Why people like me?
I'm very non-threatening.
So, in conclusion, Wayne Brady solved the terrorist bombings.
Thank you, Wayne.
Call
Wherever
CNN.
you are.
Wayne Brady saved America.
Hooray. Well, that whole week in news, man. Like, they'll interview anybody, but they'll take anyone's word. Like, some news stations will right away. I don't know. This is bad. Like, CNN obviously, like, really kind of had a funny moment there. Because they, that whole thing where they announced that he's caught. That
was on, like,
well,
Wednesday.
he wasn't caught, but, like, we talked about it. Like, but, like, the whole week, I don't know. I trust, and this sounds stupid and weird. I trust Reddit more for
Nope.
like, dude.
Nope.
I don't know,
Nope.
man.
No, that's the thing. 'cause
Nope.
I don't
Reddit's
know,
like,
man.
hey, we found the guy. He's like, dude, it wasn't me. I didn't
That's
do it.
exactly.
Well, that shit.
I just like
yeah.
how Chris really turned into like the stubborn donkey from
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah. But like,
Yeah, because for exactly that reason, and for those who don't know, on Reddit on Tuesday,
It was
Wednesday.
Tuesday or Wednesday
Yeah.
because they're like,
They-
how has nobody found this guy yet?
Yeah, there was this thread. It was basically like 30 photos. All of them have MS Paint circles and lines
Yeah,
and
yeah,
arrow.
yeah.
Like, this is the guy. We gotta find him. And then like on Thursday, like the guy from the photo came out. It's like, dude, I'm a high school student. Now people hate me. What the fuck?
Yeah, and like CNN was like, this is the guy.
Yeah.
We gotta-" He's like, it wasn't.
So
there
yeah,
was-
and then the FBI came out and like, these are the guys that we're looking for.
There
It
is
was like
that-
completely different.
there's that one weird ass like coincidence that came out of it though, because like the people thought it was
The high school kid actually did bomb someone.
Yeah.
It wasn't the Boston Marathon.
No, like
Bombed the
It was
sandbox.
the toilets after 8th period.
Pulled the fire alarm at the Oasis last night.
son of a bitch. No, because I thought it was some dude named Sunil or something like that. They had the picture. It looked similar to the guy. They thought it was a Sunil guy. Then they found it wasn't him. But it turns out the weird thing was they brought attention to this Sunil guy they thought was the bomber potentially. So they brought attention to him. So the police did kind of look at it, and they all of a sudden realized, wait, this guy's been like on the missing persons list for a month and a half. So that was kind of weird, you know, like this guy that looks just like the bomber was like.
I just thought it was funny because like if you looked at all the footage and stuff, you never saw it. It was all white people for the most part.
Yeah.
And then they just casually like, yeah, we found this Middle Eastern man and we're questioning him.
They look pretty white. They look kind of white though. I mean, they don't look that Middle Eastern in the pictures
like?
and shit, you know.
Right.
The Messiahs.
Yikes.
Tony and Andrew.
That and the other thing that bugged me about that Reddit thread is that, like, for one of the photos, there's like a picture of a dude wearing a backpack, and then they circled the backpack and had 3 arrows, and under each of those arrows was the word "sag." Like, no shit. If you put shit in a backpack, it's gonna sag.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like bombs sag to the bottom and everything else floats.
Shit in a backpack.
It sags.
Gonna sag.
Yeah.
I have a backpack.
Yeah.
You can put it on. Exhibit A.
So, yeah, 'cause I mean, I
I'll
saw
find us a
like,
backpack. You just wait. I'll go.
I don't know.
get
The
it.
coolest.
We're
the
gonna
coolest,
test this theory.
Put the vacuum
hurry.
cleaner in my backpack. Hold on. Let's see if
it
it's
just starts floating. It's like, oh shit.
Oh no.
Well, I remember too when they were like, we welcome all pictures and stuff. I'm like, man, they are gonna get fucked.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's like,
It's a bunch of penis pictures. My penis blew up to Boston.
Yeah, I bombed some gun in
It's a bunch of,
Boston
like-
last night.
They got Hitler just sitting there like, I bombed Boston.
My dick at the Boston Marathon.
it's gonna be the first thing that I thought it'd be like pictures like from like that early morning at 5 a.m. like way at the starting line or something
Yeah,
like that. You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like just irrelevant pictures.
Well,
and
but
videos.
that's what's kind of cool though is like the pretty much like the defining moment where they figured out who the guy was. Like I'm sure I don't know. I know Brian saw the picture. I saw the picture. You probably did, Chris, of the guy who had his legs clear blown off.
Oh!
Yeah.
That's the guy who positively ID'd the bombers.
really
Because he's like I guess as soon as he came out of like a drug induced coma or something, he woke up. He grabbed he grabbed a pen and he wrote down like saw him bag looked right at me like show me pictures, and they showed him the pictures and there's a picture of the guy who had the backpack, him putting the bag next to this guy's legs, and then 2 minutes later that guy's legs were gone.
Well, and
So he's the one that said like that's the guy.
Yeah.
Find this guy in more pictures. That's who it was because that guy has no
conspiracy
legs now.
stash. Because the guy without legs, when a bomb blows up, you think there'd be a lot more blood. The guy has no blood on his hands. There's like barely any blood.
it's just
on
like
his
a
hands.
rocket.
Did you
You're
see?
just like,
Did you see the ground of those pictures? Like the big blow up
Wasn't
circle
it
of
you
blood.
that
Well,
were
like,
talking about
it's like-
sensitivity at the beginning of this conversation?
Well, in that picture, like that's
he's
the most-
alive, fucking shit.
That's the fucked up part of that
he's
picture,
so
man. The guy in the cowboy hat is holding the guy's artery closed, and that like that picture is in the wheelchair.
Oh yeah.
The cowboy hat guy, that thing he's holding is the guy's artery hanging out. He's holding his artery closed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's just more conspiracy.
yeah.
Like he's not bloody.
Yeah, it's
What's
fucked
going on?
Let's get the irons.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rambo that shit.
Yeah. But that picture, that cowboy hat guy was pretty cool though. Like because like it turns out they found out who this guy was. He did a couple random interviews with people on the street afterwards. He was an illegal immigrant to the States who was made a citizen because both of his son died in the Iraq War, and then his other son killed himself after his brother died. So they made this guy a citizen, and this guy's like could barely speak English and shit. And like I know it was fucked up, man, because this guy obviously helped out a lot. He helped save like people's lives. But like there's this interview, these people are asking him questions, and the guy is like just like fucking shaking while he's like explaining what happened. I'm like, why don't you guys like hug the guy or something?
Yeah.
And like he's just like, and then he's like holding up an American flag he brought to hand out at the race, and it's covered in blood. And he's just like, this is what I came here for today. Didn't know I was gonna end up like holding closed blood and shit.
Well, it is
Like,
really
it was
sad too. I mean,
crazy,
like, because
man.
the Boston Marathon, there's so much history with that marathon. But on top of it, just like people around the world that are trying to, these casual like joggers and stuff that do the marathon, like Chicago Marathon and stuff.
Yeah.
You have to qualify to
Yeah.
do Boston, so it's a huge honor to like be able to do it because you have to be a really fast runner just to qualify for
Yeah.
that. I think it's something like. I think you have to average because I looked at it, it was like averaging like 7.5 minutes a mile. I mean, which for the average person, for 25 miles, averaging that is insane.
Yeah.
So, you've got all these people in there and it's a really big thing. And then like they just fucking do that. It's so ridiculous.
I just I like how Boston was very Boston in the situation.
Yeah.
Like something was like something fucking happened. Something went down. What does Boston do? They fucking shut down the whole fucking city so
Yeah.
they can fucking find the guys.
Which
and
is
then
pretty badass.
And then
they didn't fuck around.
And then-
Martial law, motherfucker.
and then they fucking kill the one guy,
Yeah.
and then the other guy, while he's being carted away in the ambulance, they're fucking flicking him off in the
Yeah.
ambulance. I don't know if you saw that picture.
No. Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious, dude.
Oh, I'm
Like,
sure in the
you see
ambulance
these guys
he was
just
getting-
flick, like
Oh,
the guy,
yeah.
he's being carted away, and like the Boston guys are just like, they're fucking flicking him off.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Like,
Hey, oh.
talk about how much America misses the point on shit, though, right? I'm sure you saw, like, after this happened, those rebels and like the Syrian rebel families posted that sign of them in front of the big banner that says, like, hello Boston, we're the Syrian rebels. This is what it's like. That's what it's like every day for us. We sympathize for you. We wish you the best. And I'm like, that's kind of interesting, but they're obviously making a statement.
Yeah.
And then the response to that was a bunch of asshole hipster-looking fucktards in Boston. They're like, hey, Syria, we're with you guys. Love Boston. I'm like, you guys missed the fucking point, man. Like, I don't think you guys realize.
How we live.
Like,
every
because, like,
day.
the picture of the guys in Syria is, like, 20 people, like, little kids, guys, like, grizzly-looking fucking guys, weathered from being bombed every fucking day and under gunfire in front of a fucking building that's blown up. The picture of the people in Boston is on a fucking park bench in front of a coffee shop, and they're all dressed in, like, brand new clothes. And I'm like, you people are fucking... You are America, man. Like, I think you guys missed the point. Like...
Spoiled motherfuckers.
Like, yeah, man. But it's just like, come on. Like, they're like, this is what it's like for us every day. We feel bad for you because it sucks. But, like, please understand, every day of our lives, like, 3 people have their legs blown off within 5 minutes. Like, we love you, Syria. Like, come on,
This Starbucks is for you.
Yeah, I'm drinking this latte for Syria.
The best of that you could send is thank you.
Yeah.
Because it's like
that's all you have
not
to say.
a fucking picture of your fucking rural or your suburban life.
Yeah. Well, and that's like a spit in the face of what they do. And that's just,
it's like, we've got it tough over here too. The Starbucks was closed.
That's so Justin Bieber of them.
Martial law declared I couldn't go get my frappamente latte.
Yeah.
And then also on the kind of other flip side, it's just the barrage of just kind of conspiracy theories, which is like
that will happen ever since 9/11.
Absolutely.
And
even before
before then, it's always going to find
Roswell.
As far when it comes to, I mean, we've talked about them here. It's just like I don't always shoot them down. Like some of them, I'm like, okay, yeah, something's up, dude. Like
Right.
Like what was it? Like I heard the other day, like when they were talking about the JFK assassination. I guess like within a year of the assassination, like 103 of the witnesses were dead. It's like fucked up shit like that.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
but so not now with this. Obviously, like there's shit coming up, like just like all sorts of conspiracy theories. But like some of it, I'm just like, what the fuck? Like really, it's just like, I mean, it was like not even like 24 hours. Like there's this picture, and like there's like this little figure on top of the roof. And it's just like who's that man on the roof? And I'm just like, really? It's just like you're reaching like that far, like already. It's just like
Well, everybody's got a computer. They all want to be at NCIS.
oh
And the one
They
thing
should have
that
been the ones finding who did the bombing.
the one thing that pisses me off is all these people that come up with all these conspiracies. What the fuck are they doing about it?
Well,
Like if they're so like into finding out that it's going to be a conspiracy, if they're so angry at the government,
do something.
what are you gonna do? What
Hey,
are you
there's a
gonna
lot
do
of
about
porn
it?
those guys got to watch.
Yeah.
They got priorities.
I've told you about me and Liz's mom before. Did I talk about the most recent interaction where Liz finally let me use her Facebook to
you were
argue
telling
with
us
her
about it,
mom? Over the past week, this has been going on still.
Yeah.
And she sent some website to Liz, like, you just need to read this. And I'm like, okay. So I read it. And I'm like, that's great. That sounds really interesting. And I was just like, cite some sources.
Right.
Give proof. Like, do these websites have the documents of FEMA buying 500 million bullets or whatever? And then she sends me like, well, read the website. And I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, oh, there's a link in here to the government expenditures for the year. And I'm like, and she's like, oh, they're buying fence and tents to house us. And then I'm like, and it's like tents, 1 oversized tent for a public party, 2 fence to repair border fence on the Mexico-America border, like logical things like repair fence, public ceremony, tent needed for canopy.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, that all seems pretty logical. And I'm like, and if the government was so crazy and trying to keep this from us, why would they publish this document? But I'm like, but then again, if they didn't publish it, you'd still find a way to make it crazy.
Right.
And I'm like, just send me a source.
Right.
So she's like, well, look at this article about this different thing. And I'm like, yeah, again, like, there's, like, really no proof behind anything that's being said in this. Like, the conspiracy, like, I'll believe a conspiracy type of thing if they genuinely have something to back it up. Not like, well, I worked for the Pentagon for 6 months, and I was working the janitorial shift, and I got my hands on a document between then and the shredder, and I saw the document, and then I shredded it. Like, you know, like shit like that, where it's like some guy saw this document, now he's just like, oh, I saw the paperwork. Like,
Well,
if you see paperwork that's this earth-shattering type of news you're talking about, where they're going to control all of us with microchips and government camps, gank that shit and run, and then fucking bring it to NBC and be like, put it on! You know, don't be like, well, I guess I'll do my job and shred it. Like, you know,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
like, do something.
And
if
then
you're
talk
that,
about it. I mean,
Well, I mean,
you
yeah.
either shred it and you forget
then
about
again,
it.
Yeah.
you're ultimately going to end up being a martyr. You're gonna die after that, anyways. If this is how all of the fucking conspiracies
But if you're that
work.
concerned, then be a martyr.
But exactly,
you know,
exactly.
like fucking do it,
or
man.
be a really fucking smart individual and fucking make sure you cover all your trails and are one step ahead of the fucking government. You know,
Everyone's got a camera phone nowadays. Fucking snap a shot, you know. Yeah.
Meanwhile, this is all being taped over in the Pentagon.
I don't have any documents. They don't care about me.
Let's
I'm
see
on their
here.
side right now.
I'm conspiracy. All
Give
right.
me a job at a desk somewhere, man.
Actually, kind of speaking of, I guess I read today, whenever someone uses Siri on their iPhone, they store that information for like up to 2 years, I guess.
I got an Android. Fuck you guys.
Oh, come on. But yeah, that was kinda-
asses.
I gotta get on
sheep
CS1.
asses?
Androids are cheaper. Most of the time.
But yeah, I'm just like, I mean, I really don't. I mean, I usually just.
That's it.
I mean, I only.
So
use it
when
for
you
stupid
asked
shit.
it, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck?
Yeah, they're using it against me.
You can
Well,
ask
on
Really,
this
you asked
day,
Siri.
right after you got it.
my friend will ask it
Siri
where to hide a
responded
body,
with
and it'll be
the
like
recipe for a
swamps,
pie.
garbage dump, Siri.
Let's just set it. Hold on. Will we fuck soon?
There's no need for profanity.
Well, no, you gotta be nice.
Oh,
otherwise
you watch
she'll
out.
be a bitch later.
Siri, what?
Ask her where to hide a body.
What are you wearing?
You have the wrong personal assistant.
Yeah, she don't like
She's
you.
like, bitch.
This to you now.
She's playing
Oh,
coy, man. Keep pushing.
Hey man, I'm telling Liz.
Will you go on a date with me?
Oh, that's it.
I found 15 dating services.
Why is Gas House listed?
Wow.
The dating service.
It's an
though.
underground fucking.
Dude, I guess someone got shot there not too long ago.
Gas house?
Yeah. Yes, everybody.
Upward inflection? Gas house?
Because I ran into Matt Salutric at Public House, and I'm like, yeah, have you been to Gas House in a while? He's like, yeah, not so much after the shooting. And I'm like, what? And so I guess
That was Matt Salutric the other night on Liz's birthday.
Yeah.
I thought that was, but I was like, no, he looks way too old for that.
That's him.
Okay, not being mean or anything. Well,
No, yeah.
that might be a little mean.
I
I didn't mean it.
Where's
no,
the
I just he didn't look like
sensitivity?
him. I guess he didn't like. I pegged him, but I was like, no, that's not him.
Yeah, I guess it was like one of the hip hop shows. But I guess it like after the shooting, like it really cleaned up the joint apparently. So, which is great because like during springtime, I like to walk down there. So
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about shootings now. It's all cleaned up and shit.
Well, and that's the
No
thing,
more
like,
hip hop. Wait.
Well, my cousin was asking me, she's like, oh, you ever been to the Gas House? We're going there for like New Year's or Halloween or something like that. I'm like, you mean the really divey metal punk bar? Because that's the Gas House I know.
yeah, it's all right place.
It used to be much divier.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like they would have like all the
I
thrash
kinda-
metal
kinda-
there.
Yeah. See, I miss the old Gas House. It used to be
Really cool.
awesome.
We played there for the first show with you, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Before the wall was torn down, or when the wall was
have no idea.
After it was torn down.
after? Okay.
Yeah.
The Berlin Wall, or
The Berlin Wall.
What's up?
They turned on the wall.
Yeah,
No,
it
like
used to be, yeah.
You know where the shows are at? There used to
Well,
be.
yeah, you
There used to
gotta
be.
walk in and then you gotta go around.
There used to be a big wall there.
Yeah, they used to. You have to go on a door to go to the shows.
Yeah.
Oh,
which
that's
was really fucking cool.
It was
It used to be
weird.
really cool.
It was
Dude.
weird and sweaty and hot.
Oh, so
It
it
was
was,
so awesome.
wait, so it was like kind of like, has anybody ever been to Damaged when it was open in Palos Hills? No,
Yes.
that was actually a really cool fucking venue. and we played there for their very first Halloween show there because they like. Was it kind of like that where it was you had the bar, a whole like fucking partition, then 2 doors that would open up to the venue, like the
Gas
actual
house?
like Gas House. That's what I'm asking.
No, like, it was like literally like a fucking like a normal like Brian's bedroom door.
Yeah.
Like it was just a door.
Yeah.
You'd open and go in a separate room completely. Like you had to go back out to go to the bar.
Yeah.
And it was like there was no lights in the fucking
Like it was
room.
kind of like a really
Like-
narrow hallway almost.
They had like all they had was like overhead lights. They turned all the lights off for shows.
Yeah.
And all they had on stage was like just like 2 stage lights.
Yeah.
Very.
It was fucking cool as shit, dude. I thought it was cool.
dirty.
Yeah. It was fun.
It was.
I thought it was cool. I thought it was fun as shit, man. Going to shows there. So I missed the wall. Yeah.
Good for this episode.
We will be right back.